Okay, so yeah, we've been talking about JavaScript and all the necessary tools. Now we should install VS Code because it's so important. We write our code using VS Code. So VS Code, you search it and you get it. So easy. And then I just click over here and just wait for some time. Great. And then I just click it and wait for, of course, I have to accept, right? And then I just install as it is. I don't need any of this. I don't tick them. I just install the default. So what I did is just click, click, click. Great. Yep. So the first time when you install, you get something like this. I can just make it larger for the timing. Just yeah, suggestions for, to add. So I ignore them. Maybe you may not. For you, this JavaScript might be blue. You may click it. Click the JavaScript. In my case now, as you can see, it is gray, but click it if it is blue. Okay, now do you see this checkbox is ticked? So remove this and tick. Now you don't need this because this means like you don't have to see this welcome page now and then. It has some shortcuts, but you don't have to use the shortcut. Then we have just, we can interact with it. Maybe in your case, you may not have this. Let me just remove because it will confuse you. Okay, as you can see, you can just interact like this. You can drag it like to make some space. So as you can see, you can open the folder, but you don't have to do it like that. You just come here and you can toggle it. Okay, setting, there is setting here, and whenever you need the setting, you come here. You don't have to also use this all the time. If you are in favor of the old way, you can just click here and you can get everything. It works like other applications. And so the better way to show you, actually, I have to go to the desktop. Now let's go to the desktop and let's create a folder. And I may call this JavaScript Spring semester. And I call it 2021. So it's a folder, and sometimes we call this a project. Yeah, so if a project, a directory, a folder, it's just the same. Yeah, so I come here and then open folder. And then I go to the, as you can see, this is the, instead I was about to say Spring, but it says Sprint. Let me just make this. You click it and then select the folder. Great. Now my folder is here. I can create files, new file, test.txt if you want a text. Yeah, we can write text. So as you can see, it's not saved. Yeah, just leave it like that. Or maybe our file, it could be index.html. So I can create HTML here. Yeah, for some reason mine it says Django. I have to change it to HTML. For you, I'm sure it's just HTML. You don't have to change here anything. So you can create HTML document like this and HTML. So yeah, this is how you create. Can we create folders? Yes, new folder. Maybe I can call it some folder here. So now you know how to create a file by clicking this, and you know how to create a folder by clicking this. Great. Yeah, but now let's be a bit serious. We don't need this. Just delete. I don't need that. It was just for a demo. And I know I don't need folder for the time being. I just removed it, but I need this index.html. Okay, so I want to show you how to generate HTML in a lazy way. HTML, and then click this. Maybe I think it's hard for you to see this one. Actually, I can go here, settings, font size. I can change the font. It's 14, right? I can make it bigger, 24, and you can see it actually. Then it will be so big, and I hope you will see. Have you seen now? It's big.
Can you slow down?
Okay, I will.
How did you create this index.html?
Okay, great. Now let's destroy this because some people didn't manage to follow me. Let's destroy this and create it again. Now we don't have anything, right? So I will show you how to create it. So have you seen this?
Yes.
When you hover, you see new file. Or you right click over here, this area, this freeze, you just click here and new file. Or here. Whatever you prefer. I prefer this one, for instance, index.html.
Okay, we write ourselves that. Okay.
And then now, since writing HTML is so tiring, because now we're not learning HTML here, so what I can do actually, HTML, for some reason this is changing to some other thing for me, but in your case it should be like it. So you don't have to change what I'm doing now. HTML, you write HTML like this, and then click over here. It generates this for me in a lazy way. Okay, so I can change this modern JavaScript. We're learning modern JavaScript, right? Why? JavaScript. Okay, great. Now I want to open this, but let's just open it and see what's there. How do you open it? You come here. As you can see, I am on the desktop at the same folder, and I'm opening it by right click and open. I don't see anything, guys, in my website. Why? But
because there is nothing in the body.
Yes, there's nothing in the body, and also I didn't save it. So to save, Control S, and I have to refresh it. At least you can see modern JavaScript at the top. The title I wrote over here is there. But in the body, since there's nothing in the body, you don't see here. So anything you write in the body will come here. So part of the website is actually something you write in the body. So let's just add something here, H1 or H2. Welcome to modern JavaScript. So I have to go and refresh. No, because, tell me why. It's so easy because I didn't save it. Control S. So saving is so tedious and boring. Now and then saving. So we should find some way, automatic way of saving it. So we don't have to care. We don't really worry for this saving thing. So you come here and then settings, auto save. Then just turn the off to after a delay of 1 second. This means 1 second. Then just turn this from off to after delay. That's enough. And there's nothing you change. And then after this, anything you make, H3 or maybe paragraph. Learn, this just generate for you. Have you seen it's long to see the end of the text also? I have to refresh it. It's hard to see the end of the text. So I have to wrap that. Actually, there's a word wrap here. Word wrap. Just turn the word wrap on. This is what you do. And now, have you seen? I can see it. So it's wrapped in this size, and you can see the last part of the text. Great. Is everybody following me so far, or am I just doing it for myself? Let's see.
Yes. It's a little bit fast for me.
Following so far.
Okay, great. I will slow down a bit.
I'm a little bit confused on the first one. How did you get this fast? You don't have to type this for one, like HTML. You don't have to type and it comes.
Okay.
I think you type HTML.5, but I didn't got on mine.
I will show you. For instance, if I want to create about page here, about.html, you just write HTML. For some, I have to keep this all the time. HTML. What? Okay. So I am here on the about page, HTML. Have you seen this?
Okay.
Click it. Like you have to select this. If you just write it HTML5, it doesn't give you, okay, HTML and 5. No, not like that. You should do HTML. Now it gives you an option to choose. You choose it. If you do that way, you can generate. Now,
or just a exclamation mark.
Yeah, I think yes. Let's try that.
That's even faster.
I got that now.
And just enter now after the exclamation mark. Exclamation mark, enter.
Enter. For me.
But on mine it works at least.
I think it's changed it to again to Django. I have to change it to HTML. Yes, yeah, as you can see. Good. That's even shorter. Just you can. Now let's just delete this, not to be confused with many files. Yeah. Is everybody on track? Because this is very important. The first day is very important.
I would have a question.
Yes.
Where did you find the settings? I could see the settings were next to the index HTML, but
here.
Oh, there. Okay, got it. And one more question. How do you actually remove a folder from your workspace?
Yeah, your workspace. Let me just remove then.
Without erasing it, I mean.
Without?
Yes, I don't know.
We don't delete.
I know, but how can I remove my older HTML folders from my workspace?
Okay, remove or something like this. Okay, let's remove this. Why it's not? I think it should.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, that's, but for me it's stuck somehow, but it should go away.
Yeah.
And then again, you just open, add a folder.
That
to
I know.
Workspace.
Yeah. Thank you.
Or another also, add folder to Workspace. Great. So now this is our HTML document. Now let's do this here. This is not. As you can see now, what do you see here? You see only one tag, right? That's the root of the document, and that's HTML. That's what we say this is the DOM. Now, how many elements do you see inside the root? Only the head and the body. Yeah. Okay, great. Most of the time inside the head, we put some links and meta tags, and in the body we put anything we display on the website. It could be text, image, video, or audio. Yeah, so that is what we put. Maybe something, so it will help me to also answer the questions. Install VSCODE and write JavaScript code. Yeah, but before that, we can. So this is the DOM structure. Yeah, this is just the DOM structure, guys. And someone asked me what is inline script. And inline script, I will also come that later. So as you can see, you wrote your code on VSCODE. What we wrote, actually, we managed to render it here using the browser. So the browser read our code, our markup language, our markup text, and render it on the browser. Okay, that's great. Now you know the code editor and you know the browser. The browser is in charge of interpreting your basic code. And this is the declaration that tells that this code is an HTML document and it's not part of the DOM structure. It's not part of the DOM structure, remember. Great. Yeah, now can we use just the browser to write JavaScript this?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, because anything we write actually come to the browser and the browser render it. So that means this browser actually has some console that read or interpret JavaScript. Then you right click and then inspect and then console. Then you get some kind of nice board that allows you to write JavaScript. Have you seen the cursor, the blinker there waiting for you? Do you know why? Do you know? It's just waiting for you to write JavaScript code. And then this, we call this console. Actually, this console changed the human readable code to machine code. So for instance, when I say console.log, and then this means it allows me to print out something. So as you can see, it has two parentheses. Inside this parentheses, you can put text or number, text or number. So now let's put a text, and the text could be in 2 quotation marks like this. Even now, if you put this, it's actually empty. So you don't say anything because inside the quotation, there's nothing. But most of the time, whenever we start programming, we say, hello world in this. And now actually you wrote your first JavaScript code by saying, hello world. So what you use actually console.log, you don't care about how this console.log works, but you know that this will print this text. Great. And now let's see if it takes different argument like this.
Sorry, could you show again how do you open the console?
Right click and inspect. Right click and inspect. And then console. What I wrote is still here. I can just clean it. Or another short, Control-Shift-I. You have to put this Control-Shift-I. Does everybody manage to open this?
No, sorry, not yet. I'm on Mac, maybe that's why.
For Mac also Control-Shift-I could work. Okay, or you don't have to do that. Right click and inspect should work in any platform, in any device.
Yeah, I tried on Safari.
Why
But
Safari?
no.
How about if you work on VSCODE, I mean Chrome?
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm opening it. Sorry.
Yeah. Yes, guys, I really recommend you to use the same thing I use. It really makes life so easy and easy to follow. After you get familiar with it, then you can use your own tools, but at least for some time. Okay, now let's start again. So as I told you, this is the console. Then you can write console.log and this parenthesis. This is just a built-in function. So this is a built-in function which allows you to write, to print something. Hello?
Sorry to interrupt. Do you upload this video in where? I have some emergency.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I will share the recordings to the group. Yes.
Okay, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, it's okay. Great. So guys, now you managed to write your first JavaScript code. Great. Now let's see if this console.log takes separate arguments like hello world, and even maybe just the exclamation part. So as you can see, we managed to write this separately. Yeah. So that means the console.log actually can take different or many arguments. It's not just one argument. It could be text or it could be numbers. Console.log COVID 2019. So now, as you can see, this was a text and this is the number, even the color is different here. But how about if I write something like this? Now the text is not anymore blue, but the text is gray or black as in the COVID. Because anything you put under a quotation is actually a text, even though it's a number, it's a text. So it's a text data type, and we will talk about data types. Can we add numbers?
Yes.
Console.log, for instance, 1 + 2. I think everybody knows the result of this. It should be 3. And then I can change this value -2. I use the arrow to go up. And again, to get that value, I think multiplying by 3 makes sense, right? Who knows the value of this? I think everybody knows, and it's 6. And let's divide something. Who knows the division of this? And I think everybody expects this. 3 divided by 2. Yeah, 1.5, right?
1.5.
Yes. And now again, how about if this is strange thing to do, they call it modulus, actually to get the remainder of something. So when we divide 3 by 2, what's the remainder?
1.
1. So to make this very clear, let's divide 13 by 5, and this really makes clear. Divide 13 by 5, and what will be the remainder?
3.
Yes, you're so fast, it's not for me. I have to give for others also time to think.
Sorry.
No, that's very good. That's very good. Okay, so everybody, by now you should cut because there is 10 in here and additional there is 3. The 10 will, yeah, so the 10 divided by 5, 2 times, but 3 is not enough to be divided, so 3 will be the remainder. Yeah, I think this makes so clear, right? Okay, now we are left with how about what this means? Oh, I was too quick. As you can see, 2 times 2 times 2, 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 2, 8. Actually, we can write this differently. We can write that like this. How many times did we multiply 2 here? 3 times, right? So that means the power of 3. Maybe you may say, no, I don't like to write like this. I prefer to write like this. But sometimes, you know, you may need to write many times. For instance, if you are about to write it 2 times 2, 10 times. Everybody knows the result of this, right? Who knows the result of this?
1024.
Yes, that is. Now you know how to do mathematics, arithmetic operation using JavaScript on Chrome console. Great. Even you can do comparisons. Console.log and do some comparisons. Can I say, for instance, 3 is greater than 2? Is it true or false?
True.
It should be true. How about if I say, no. I'm not thinking in Python way. Console log 2 is less than 3.
True.
True. And now again, console.log, actually 2 is less than or equal to 3. What do you think this?
False.
False.
Why?
Because it's not equal.
But it says or, that the sign is or. 2 is less than or.
Oh, then it's true.
Yes. Yeah. The same way, console.log 3 is greater than or. This should be also true. What do you think this? Console.log 2 is equal to 2. In JavaScript, to compare things, if they are equal or not, we use this sign, 2 equal signs. So do you think these guys are equal?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. What do you think about this? JavaScript is so crazy, even it has 3 equal signs together. How about this?
Yes.
Yes. I'll take you somewhere gently. Huh? Okay. How about this?
No.
Why no?
Because 1 is a string.
Yes. 1 is the string and the other. They are equal in value, but they are not equal in data type. This is a string and this is number. How about then this one? If we change it to, oh, no. How about this?
Yes, that's true.
This is true because whenever we use this, this doesn't care about data types. It's just to check the value. Are they the value equal to 2? Yes, but the data type are different. So this doesn't check the data type. So the value should be true.
Sorry, can you once again explain the difference between these 2 equals and 3 equals?
Okay, then let's say, do you know equality and similarity?
Yeah.
You know the concept of equality and similarity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something, if we say something is similar to another thing, they are something in common, but they are not exactly the same. But if we say something is equal, that means they are exactly equal in any form or shape. So as you can see, this and this is not the same, right? This has quote. It has a quote, that means it's a string, but this is a number. So this is not exactly the same as this. But the 2 equal sign doesn't check everything. It's just to check the value. Is it 2? Yes. Is it 2? Yes. So it doesn't check the data type.
Okay.
The data type is different, but they have something in common. That's the value. And this equal sign, 2 equal sign, check only the value. But this 3 equal sign check both the data type and the value. So that's why it was false. Now, even at the same time, we learn a kind of data types, but not yet. So we are done with this. Once in a while we come, and you don't write code or program using the console, but sometimes you check what's happening by coming here. So let's just close this. We don't need. I do not understand that. Certain Kirsi asked a question, how, for God's sake, what do you mean by this? And she is saying that why this is equal, she's saying. Now, as you can see, it's equal. Okay, let's divide 13 divided by 5. How many times, how many times can you divide 13 by 5?
2.
2.
2 times.
What's the remaining?
3.
3. That's what it means that. So we call this modulus, or you can just, in a layman way, just you can the remainder. This just gives you the remainder value. We don't care the quotient, but we are more interested on the remainder value. Another example, let's divide 19 divided by maybe 5. What? So this, have you seen this? The Chrome console is so fast already. It gave me the value here. So have you seen 19 divided by 5? 4 times. Yeah, 3 times, and then there will be a leftover 4. Yeah. So you can, for instance, 15 times 5 times 3 plus 4. No.
I have a question.
What's this? 5 times. Why is that wrong? 5 times 3 is 15, right? 15 plus 4.
So it is false.
Oh yeah, no, because I'm trying. It doesn't, because that it would, yes, it should be 4, because this is the remainder. It gives you the remainder. I was trying to do something crazy anyway. Yeah, what was the question?
So, I mean, I have followed all of this so far and written these commands and everything, but I still kind of don't understand what kind of a command console log is.
Log.
Like, for you seem to be able, yeah, console log. You can use it for many things, it seems, but what kind of a command is it really? What does it mean?
Okay. Yeah, this now, don't stress yourself, guys. This is a function. Even you don't know what a function is, right? Why you care? Imagine this is just, for instance, whenever you buy a car, the car has different interfaces, right? The driving wheel and the gearbox and everything. You use that to man over the car. So now imagine just this print you some value. So it's a function. So you can use it all the time to print something, all the time. But after function, it will be after we study function, this will be clear for you. For the time being, don't worry about this. Actually, on the console, even if you write something like this, test this and write, it works for you. 1 + 2, it does for you. 4, 5 times 10, because the console already knows. Here you write your code and enter, then the console execute your code. But when we write here, we have to really use it. We have to use it. Yeah. But for the time being, don't think about how the console.log works. It's just a machine that allows.
It's a function. Thank you. That's an answer.
Yeah, it's a function that prints just something, any data type. Yes, now I think we finished our task on the console on the Chrome console part, and then we will move on to this part. I think before that we have to have at least a 10 minutes break. Yeah, so let's get back after 10 minutes. Yeah, okay.